Matthew, down here watching your two young prodigies in Luke Evans and Campbell having a good 8-round spar there, mate.
It was, and very similar weights now, you know, Luke and Campbell, and even though it's, you know, they're at the same gym, they don't do a lot of sparring together, but they have done quite a bit of sparring together for this fight, and the fact that they're in camp together.
I was going to say, that must be nice, the first time they're actually fighting on the same show together, and for Luke Evans, the first time on the big stage.
Absolutely, and you know, we're a team down here. You know, Luke's always on hand, he's given Campbell a lot of help and advice. But this time it's flipped on its head a little bit, you know, Luke's asking Campbell how it works and stuff like that. And I've always been a big fan, as you know, of Luke. And I do believe this is the platform that Luke should be boxing on. When you've got the ability, he's got the talent, he's putting it in now. So this is a great opportunity for Luke, and he's got to seize it with both hands.
Weird how though, you know, only a few weeks ago, we was there ready to step in the ring. He'd weighed in, everything was done right, the crowd's there, and suddenly, no fight. How did he cope with that, mate?
He coped very well with it, and I was surprised how well he coped with it, because, again, in all my years in boxing, I've never had anything that late. We was literally on the car on the way down. We was pulling up at the venue when Steve called me, had him on loudspeaker, and Luke was heartbroken.
Kid has failed the medical, haven't you?
Failed a medical right at the last minute, and the fact that Luke had to go in and explain, you know, Luke must have just wanted to get in his car, get himself home, and but he had to go in. He explained to his supporters, they got him in the ring, and he was heartbroken. But I said to Luke, as I pulled away from the venue, I said, Luke, keep positive. I know it's difficult, I said, because boxing's got a funny way of seeing it so many times over the years, of one door shuts and another one will open, and thank God it's been the case.
And like I say, this is going to be his 12th fight and first time on the big stage, so hopefully, fingers crossed, he can shine on there, and it won't be his last.
No, absolutely, great opportunity, and you know, been working with Matchroom with Campbell, and the thing I like about Matchroom, they give guys opportunities, and if they perform, they continue to give them opportunities.
Winner stays on, isn't it?
So this is a great opportunity for Luke, and what he's craved, what he's wanted, and he's got to seize it now.
Yeah, it should be a good show, because obviously the top of the bill is Connor Benn, and his opponent, he seems like every time we speak to you, it's a former opponent. You know? It looked like,
well, mate, it's going to
happen 52 fights. You must have had about 152 fights.
I know.
Because everyone who comes over here fighting a big name has been in the ring with you. This was 9 years ago, when, in fact, it was your last professional fight.
My very last fight in South Africa, yeah, Chris van Heerden 9 years ago. So making me feel old now, mate. So. Yeah, obviously it stood out when I seen it. Connor Benn against Chris. I think it's good matchmaking for Connor. I think it's a fight he will win, and yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it.
Do you think you'll be able to ask any questions of him? You know, I'm not really seeing too much of Chris. So what's his style like? Will he be able to cause Connor any problems, do you think?
He's a good, solid fighter, Chris van Heerden. You know, I'm looking at the Chris van Heerden. I haven't seen a great deal of him of late, I've got to be honest.
Well, in his day then, because he was just coming into his day. When he beat you, went on to great things. I think he ended up winning the IBO, didn't he?
That's right, yeah. When I challenged him, it was for the IBO, and like I say, 9 years ago. And he was a good, solid fighter. He was a good, solid fighter then. You know, it was a good fight. Again, good solid fighter, and again we are talking 9 years ago. Can he beat Connor? In my opinion, no. Can he test him? Possibly provide a little bit of a test for him. So again, good matchmaking. I know Connor's on the fringe of world title now, and that is what Van Heerden was. Is he still a fringe world title contender? I suppose we'll see on the 16th, won't we?
And going back to young Campbell there, obviously I've not seen him spar for a long time. In fact, I filmed his last amateur fight, I think it was, against Kane Morris. He's come on, hasn't he?
He's come on in leaps and bounds, he really has, and you know, early on in his career there was too much pressure put on him. I always knew it was the case. I always had belief in Campbell. I saw the progress he was making in the gym, and sometimes it happens in the gym before it transcends to the ring on the night. I knew it was a matter of time, and I think we're starting to see it now. He's been excellent in his last couple of fights.
2 stoppages.
2 stoppages, yeah, which is, you know, we always say it doesn't matter, you know, it's more about the performance, but as a fighter, you want stoppage wins, especially when you're an attacking fighter like Campbell.
The last one was brilliant because it was 6 rounds and he was in the last round, so not only does he get the rounds in the bank, but then he also gets the stoppage.
Yeah,
so,
perfect scenario, mate.
And against a kid with a winning record, who I've seen on our shows numerous occasions, who's what you'd say is definitely a central area. He's no journeyman,
yeah.
No, but he's a kid that central area level.
Yeah.
And let's put it this way, in his early, but he wouldn't be able to beat him. Now, you know, you can see the development, how he went on there and beat a kid who perhaps 4 or 5 fights ago he wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, and you know, he did a job on him really. It was quite a one-sided fight. He finished him in the last round. He got some valuable rounds. And again, it's just stepping Campbell's opposition up bit by bit. Now, obviously, we can't announce the opponent for the next one. Matchroom's going to do that. But again, it's another step up. Another fighter with a winning record who's fought for titles in the past. So again, another good test for Campbell.
Well,
he's not making that soft.
If he was fighting on our shows, you know, these step ups that he's had wouldn't probably be coming until maybe another 3 or 4 fights down the line. So realistically, you know, we expect we try and get our fighters 8 wins under the belt before we give them a real test. Last time out, Joe Ducker was a real test,
yeah,
and he passed it with flying colours, like you said.
Absolutely, and like you say now, I bet that, you know, the bit of the pressure's been taken off Campbell. There was too much put on, and you know, Campbell's a good fighter, and we wouldn't be putting him in these tests if we didn't think he was capable of winning them.
I suppose what's exciting is he's 21 years old.
Absolutely,
that's what's exciting.
Yeah, and there's no rush. You know, he's still work in progress, but yeah, he's not getting match soft. He's not getting give-me's.
Well, what's good about that? You just said that he's not getting matched, but he is being matched regular. I mean, this is going to be just over 12 months, and it's his 2nd professional fight.
Absolutely, and for a young professional, that's exactly what you want. Keeping busy, fighting regular. You know, boxing's one of those sports where you do spend time on the sidelines. It's inevitable with injuries, and as the fights get tougher. So while you're young, fresh, fit, injury-free, get them wrapped up. So in a good position.
And the first time at the arena with crowds, and that must be a great feeling for him, because you know, obviously he was a little kid there watching his dad fight there with the crowds that were there. It must be nice for him to sort of like get that feeling again, because last time obviously there was no crowds when he were. I think it was his 2nd or 3rd fight.
It was his 2nd fight. Again, bizarre experience behind closed doors. And like you say, Campbell's grown up going to big fights at the MMA. And I think if you're a Manchester fighter, it's a special night performing at the AO arena, not the MEN, the AO arena. Again, for a Manchester fighter, it's a big night, big hit, and we all want to fight at the AO arena. So first time for Campbell with a crowd. Nice
one. Well, listen, hopefully we'll be down there on the night and be catching up with you, and hopefully they're saying 7-0 to Campbell and 12-0 to Luke.
Yeah, going to be a great night. Really looking forward to it, and you know, watching the boys, how they're performing and how they're preparing for the fight. I look forward to April the 16th full of confidence.
Nice, mate. You take care.
Cheers, Lee.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.